and welcome to Kump.
Hello.
Hello, Lucie.
Hi, how are you doing? Are you getting excited for the holiday season?
Am I getting excited for the holiday season? Are you asking me if I'm making gingerbread in my off time? Are you asking me if I'm going to the mall and I'm getting pictures with Santa Claus by myself and showing them to people at the mall, saying my son's passed away, but I'm keeping this tradition going.
This was his favorite place.
Trying to get free not just samples. I mean, anyone can get a sample at the Haagen-Dazs ice cream store. I'm trying to get a little more, a little extra with sympathy. Is that what you're asking me?
A little extra from who? A little extra from the mall Santa?
No, I just said the Haagen-Dazs.
Oh, from the okay, got it.
What are you being paranoid about? You think I'm trying to get women? Hey, I couldn't even take care of this son. It's not a great way to get women. They'll give you an ice cream, but women don't want. Hey, I let my son. I guess it depends on what it is. Mm-hmm. I always assume that if I have a son who is no longer with us, it'll be my fault. Not like purposefully, but just and that's what keeps me alert, right? Just make me a good dad.
You just see a lot of scenarios where you fail to protect your child.
Yeah, and that's who you want defending you. You don't want some guy who's cocky, who's like, my son will never die.
Right.
That's a horrible father. I am constantly thinking about my son's death. Constantly troubleshooting, and also taking account.
Troubleshooting.
Yeah, like, what if the Santa does this? What if he asks for this? What if he tries to get this? How do I react? How quickly? With how much force? Mm-hmm. Do I scream? Do I just start spitting? Do I have a weapon?
This is a scenario in which Santa is being inappropriate.
Or
your child.
Inappropriate, maybe a terrorist.
Aggressive,
an ex-con maybe he escaped from jail and he was using this to lay low, but he sees me and he thinks I'm some kind of bounty hunter, a big fat bounty hunter coming to get him, like Christmas time midnight run. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, "Oh, I'll take your son, bounty hunter, and I'll use him as a hostage." Well, no, you won't. I mean, you just did, but I mean, it's got to stop. This situation's got. That's I think what I would say. This situation's got to stop, sir. I can't keep letting you have my son as a hostage. We got to put an end to this. What do we need?
That's what all your thinking, all your ruminating, has led to.
How do we put a stop to this, sir?
This got to end,
sir. This has to be over yesterday, right? I need this hostage situation over 6 hours ago. And he doesn't understand I have to explain it. I just mean as quick as possible. Mm-hmm. I don't want my wife to find out because she'll blame me because I blame myself. And maybe that's what we should do about a Christmas card.
What?
Oh, I think he's mental leaps. I mean, always
how
follow.
would this translate
Lucy doesn't always follow my mental leaps because I was literally thinking maybe we should try to hostage money from our families through our Christmas card. We haven't done a Christmas card.
For our Christmas card, you show us being detained?
Well, yeah, detained. Maybe we're in a different country. Maybe a home invasion has happened, mm-hmm. and we lie. Like everyone will think they got the only one, but we slip in some kind of note with the thing, like. The premise here would be that because we were about to mail our Christmas cards out, and then some gentleman home invaded us, right? And so I guess for this to work, I would have to slip a note into quote unquote one of the cards, and then I'd convince them to deliver the cards to the mailbox for us. And this is what you'd have to believe in order. But people, hopefully, we will word this in a way, and we'll do the graphic design in such a way
design
of the card. I mean, look, people can't be thinking we made the card ahead of time to account for the home invasion. But look, it's a smash and grab here, mm-hmm. right? We're just trying to get some. A week later, they're gonna think they're gonna feel pretty mad at us. But maybe they can Venmo us, a couple grand each. And then we can go fly somewhere nice. Or whatever. I'm just saying it's kind of late to be sending out Christmas cards.
Yeah.
Late in the season. What is it? The 15th? The 17th? I mean, are they even going to get there by Christmas? So we might as well try to get some money in the situation. I don't know about you. Am I going out of line?
I mean, that's an interesting idea.
What if we get hire some child actors and then we pretend we have these kids that no one's ever met in our family? And what do you mean? We've had like young kids, we can't pretend they're 13. But we get a couple,
a couple of leftover babies.
Maybe we foster them for a month. I mean, can you do that? Can you foster children and use them for content? I mean, I don't want to use them for like content on the internet, but I mean to our family.
Yeah, just as
props.
Yeah, sympathy props.
Sure.
Terror props.
Yeah, I mean, technically, this probably is enforceable under the Patriot Act. I mean, I can't believe we still have that. That's like, that's a great. We should really become Patriot Act lawyers. There's a lot of money in that. I don't know. This might be a good. I feel like because we're already artists. I know how to do some graphic design.
Wait, how would the graphic design make it feel more like we had been kidnapped?
Well, I mean, not literally, but we'd use like strong colors like red and black that would, make them, trick your like aunt, for instance, trick your aunt into thinking she's a bullfighter or something. It's like subconsciously.
Okay.
Red and black make you think about bulls. It's like emotional, and like green makes you think of money. So we use red, black, and green, and it's close to Christmas, right? Because what is Christmas? Red and green. We'll add the black, and we'll kind of make like a Soviet kind of Christmas card.
Yeah, I mean that could work.
Yeah.
Who do you think like? Should there be people actually like in the photo? Holding weapons to us.
No, you misunderstand. There's the entire premise. Your aunt will pick up a card. It'll have a handwritten note. Hey, aunt. These were. I'm circumventing a hostage situation by hiding this note in the Christmas card. Mm-hmm. Please Venmo money to this account to help us get released. Mm. Now everyone's getting that note, right? But they think they're the only one.
Sure.
There is no indication that we photographed these men. That would fall apart. The whole thing's not great. Anyway, maybe we find the smarter people in the bunch, the people who have jobs that require a little more scrutiny. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we have any cops in the family. We leave them out. We don't involve them. Any investigators, anyone who's likely to just let them kill them.
Yeah, internet sleuths.
Or anyone who like thinks of us as expendable, which is probably a few. I could see people saying like, it's not worth it. It's good money chasing after bad. That's what they'll say. I don't agree with them, but I understand it.
Well, look, I'm just saying we should know kind of our backstory. Like, where are we being held?
In our home.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not being taken to a second location.
No, I think that's just complicating matters. The biggest leap of faith is that these men would agree to like just give a couple of them. Hey, do us a favor, just drop these in the mailbox because it's Christmas. We're already late. We're already sending these out late. We're already behind on the holiday schedule. We'll comply. We will play your funny games. See the reference there? Right? Isn't Funny Games a hostage movie?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. We'll play your funny games. We'll do the cosplay. We'll just send these cards out. And we don't have to hire anyone. It's all fictional.
Right.
There's no men.
We're gonna have to do something to ourselves though to like make us seem like we're traumatized afterwards.
Oh yeah, afterwards
we're gonna need to become darker people.
Afterwards, I'm cutting off a finger, and so should you.
Around our family,
depending on how much they give us. If they give us like $2,000 total, I'm not doing shit.
Right.
But if we make a nice little nest egg here, I'll cut off a finger or two, a couple toes. Maybe if I get $100,000, I'll sever a leg. Or a shin, at least. But it's all about how generous your family is in the holidays. Were you Christmas cards big in your family?
Christmas cards would go around every once in a while. They weren't like a huge thing.
Not consistent.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I think they've kind of like they've really gone down in popularity. I mean, I've it's been a while since I've seen a Christmas
Well,
card.
for people like you and me, I mean, there's plenty of people out there doing Christmas cards. Maybe because you don't roll with certain royal contingents or ex-royals.
Yeah, you think that so did you get a Christmas card from
No, I just
Meghan
read
and Harry?
an article here. Prince Harry and Meghan give rare glimpse of their 2024 holiday card. Now, I will be honest with you though. The reason I bring this up, because I would just talk about our Christmas card. But as I was thinking, who's got some famous ones, this came up, and honestly, I can't believe Meghan and Mary released their holiday card in the heels of the reports that the Sussexes, they're the
Sussexes.
Terrible name. Didn't receive an invitation from the royal family to join them at Sandringham in Norfolk. Well, God, what do you think was going to happen? You just rat-fucked these people for years.
You're
out of the
out.
family. Maybe they didn't complain. This is the kind of thing Harry complains about. Well, they'll say we didn't get an invitation. We didn't want one. They'll say we're divorced. They said we're divorced 15 times. And that sounds reasonable. That sounds like a guy maybe who isn't trying to get the limelight. The problem is he's saying it on a featured interview on the news. So shut up. You people, go be a plumber, Harry. I guarantee you, no one's going to be like, are you Prince Harry? Just shove some shit in your hair. Now, I know plumbers out there. You're skilled professionals. I shouldn't have to say this. It's a skilled profession. Of course I respect it. I mean, why would the problems respect me is the issue. But I know you don't have shit in your hair usually. Maybe it's happened. I'm not kidding, but he would need to. And that's a small price to pay for anonymity if I'm him. If my family needs $100 million or we'll be murdered every day. That's what he claim. We need 1,500 cops to protect us in London. Well, maybe you should meet them halfway and put some shit in your hair and pretend to be a plumber. All right? No one's trying. If the cops if you're that hot, stop being hot.
Yeah.
Stop being attractive. Or at least stop smelling nice. Whatever. The point is, but they have a card of the Duke and the Archie Well Foundation. This is the card. And this here is the card. Can you see the card here? Do you see it? Look at this.
So it's like a 6-box kind of.
This looks like a goddamn template from like some kind of photo website, like a Snapfish. Remember Snapfish? Or Photo Snap or whatever, from like 2004. Just some real, like you go to the Kodak picture maker at CVS and you scan a few pictures, or maybe you have them on a compact flash card from your Kodak digital camera, which was still popular in some circles. And you make a dumb. This is the worst Christmas card I've ever seen. I know we've improved the show's thumbnails on YouTube lately, and some people said in previous incarnations weren't that great. I put any version of our thumbnails against this Christmas card.
You hate this Christmas card.
I think it looks like garbage. I find it despicable. Do they think this humanizes them? Do they think it humanizes them to put no effort into their card? I think it sucks. I really hate it.
The holiday card was intended only for public use.
What does that mean?
And Harry and Markle's friends and family received a separate card.
What?
I wonder if that's the high quality card.
So this is for who? This went to who? The public? No, this is what we send to scumbags who aren't part of the who never landed gentry. If your dad wasn't the Duke of York ever, or the Chancellor from Wessex, if he was, then you get this shit card. But if you have if you came over with William the Conqueror, we'll give you some nice beveling and drop shadow. God damn it! What they got? Prince Andrew's here. He's not going to. Who's going to be at Christmas? Just Charles and the babies, the royal babies. Look at Andrew here.
Markle and Harry aren't the only royal family members not celebrating Christmas with King Charles, as Prince Andrew and Sarah.
Because Queen Elizabeth is dead.
And Sarah Ferguson declined the monarch's invitation to celebrate Christmas together.
Yeah. Well, that was.
So Prince Andrew got an invite.
No, he was pressured. He was basically told to like other versions of this article said he's honorably, just not attending or something. Honorably declined. I don't know how a guy charged with being friends with history's most famous pedophile. Or is that fair? I think so, right?
He might not be the most famous pedophile, but
most famous pedophile pimp. Right?
He's definitely the most
prolific pedophile pimp. What can we call him? I'm just saying, and look, if he's even, would you say it's safe to say he's in the conversation?
Oh, for sure.
So he shouldn't be in the conversation with Prince Andrew, should he? That's fair. Do we agree on that? And so therefore, please don't come to our Christmas party, you goon. But that's old news, because now he's best friend is a spy. A Chinese spy or something. I mean, that's the accusation. I mean, if none of this is true, imagine if none of this is true and he's just the unluckiest schlub in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's the case, but I mean, he does look like a guy who's just like every intelligence service in the fucking world is like, this guy's a mark. I mean, we'll dangle kids. I mean, it doesn't make him a good guy if they dangle kids in front of him and he goes for it.
Right.
You're still a scumbag pedophile or whatever, allegedly. Do we have to? Whatever.
Maybe he's paying everyone, all the other royal pedophiles' debts too.
Yeah,
he's just the one they threw on the.
Yeah, it's like he puts his royal credit card down and pay for all the, Puff Daddy's oil. Yeah. He's just a goon. Anyway, who's Sarah? Yeah. Sarah Ferguson. She was a Weight Watchers shill, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, good for her. So he's gonna spend time with her eating skinny margaritas or whatever. The news comes as Prince Andrew was recently revealed to have contact with an alleged. No, I talked about that already. We don't need. And look at these two. He's a whatever. That's it. That's all I'm gonna talk. I was reading a lot about the history of Britain, different kings and dynasties from the invasion of William the Conqueror to the Tudor conquest.
Oh.
And I'm telling you, these people in power, they don't rate at all. They're terrible. They don't do anything. They don't,
well, I mean, to be fair, they don't really have any real power.
Yeah, but I mean, tell that to William. William Conqueror didn't have England, and then he did.
That's true.
He conquered it. I mean, he wasn't the king of England. I mean, technically, he might have had a right to it. I don't know. It was debate. These things are always debatable. No one ever goes for it when someone dies, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, Charles is in charge, of course, because he's the son. They don't ever seem to really ever go, let's, I got a claim to the throne. No one ever, we don't see that shit anymore. Probably because everyone knows exactly who everyone is at all times. And Andrew's just, they know how many children he's molested, allegedly. I mean, this is information we didn't have back in the day, or England didn't have.
Yeah, you could just kind of be sneaky about it.
Yeah, if you had a bastard kid, the world of the news would know, right? Or a legitimate kid. It's all very complicated. So there was speaking of kids, right? There's been an unfortunate turn of events with kids. Is that a newsworthy transition?
I think that's a good transition. I mean, it gives it the gravity it needs.
Right. It needs some gravity. Needs a whole lot of gravity.
There's a lot of kid-centric tragedies out there.
Yeah. Now we don't make kid-centric content.
Yeah.
I never click when they say, "Is this for kids?" No. But this is. I don't think this story counts.
It pertains to kids.
Well, it involves kids. Are they kids? Is a 15-year-old a kid? I'd say so, right? Technically, yeah. All right, so police in Wisconsin identify 15-year-old. Huh?
Maybe not in some states.
Well, okay. 15-year-old female student, a school shooter. So we got a school shooter. There's a school shooter. Is this
Yeah.
do people not talk about these anymore?
It's a ladies' school shooting.
It's a well, I mean, I don't know if I call her. This isn't very ladylike. I don't know if this is a ladylike activity, but she is a female woman, I guess. People were speculating that she was a trans girl. It was a big it's the first thing I saw on social media was that, but that's been debunked. You were telling me?
I think it's been confirmed that she wasn't trans.
Interesting. Just a old natural woman.
She's all woman, baby. She had a manifesto and everything.
Wow.
This is a very rare thing for a young woman to.
I gotta tell you, I feel like it's about time. Look, if you say, "Hey, Ray, we'll give you a magic wand, wave it, school shooting," no more ever. Yeah, of course. And if you ask me to do something actionable that could stop them, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do what I can. But short of that, I will say, I prefer if my kid gets, tragically, chopped down in a school. I do want to be a woman.
Really? Why is that preferable to you?
I think it's. I mean, men have just had our time. We've had our time at the top. We've had our time in the spotlight. It's time to allow female voices, women's voices to be heard. And I just feel like, again, I'd rather my son be alive, but if he's got to go, he's got to go. And in that case, I'd rather it be some hoe.
Some hoe. That's a beautiful poem.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of. I was a little worried there for a second because, there's been a lot of romanticizing, killers recently.
Well, yeah.
And
now, to be fair,
it would be double trouble if people started romanticizing, a killer who's also a minor.
Well, no, I'm not romanticizing. I'm just saying, if you gave me a choice, like your son could be, chopped apart by the bullets of a man, of a misogynistic man who mansplains and man spreads, right? he spreads his spreads eagle on the train on his way to chop down your son. Or all right, well, what's the other option? It's a woman. I go that. That's not making her a hero. But I just I don't want some guy manspreading and then taking my son to hell with him. All right, this is not what I want. That being said, no, but you're referring to Luigi Mangione, who's been indicted, and he seems to have a lawyer. I mean, he had a manifesto, but I guess he's still gonna have court. Why does everyone go, "Yeah, I did it. Put me in jail"? They always defend themselves. It doesn't take the sting out of something when you yeah, I did it, but please don't put me in prison.
Well, I feel like when you get the murder bug, you want to get out as soon as you can so you can
do
some more.
Yeah, but you gotta know when you're not getting out, right? I mean, I guess OJ was a different thing, but I mean, Luigi, maybe it'll be remarkable if he gets off. It'll be a remarkable thing. So I guess that's a bigger win even. So don't listen to me. I'm no one to. I'm hey, just go to jail. Jail sucks. No one wants to go to jail. Doesn't matter what you believe. But that being said, what we're talking about. Oh, but you think you're afraid that because people are excited that he murdered one guy, and I'm not saying that's correct. I'm just saying, but it is a fact. People are very unsympathetic because he was the CEO of a health, and it's things kind of line up in a way where it's not for me to say whether you should feel bad for a man or not, so I won't. But yeah, we all know what we're saying, and you think that's going to infect, it's going to blur into school shootings potentially. Yeah, that would be bad. That would be, what was he, a CEO's kid? You don't want that.
But also, it would be a little problematic that, an underage shooter. Sure. Though I don't know, when you're a kid, and you kill a bunch of kids.
I'm going to run on a limb and say that's wrong.
It's one of those tricky moral issues.
Is it?
If you're a kid and you kill a bunch of other kids,
Yeah.
Does society have any obligation anymore to protect you from creepy, pedophilic gestures?
What?
From men online?
I'm confused. First of all, I'm not so sure that society ever does a good job of protecting kids against pedophilic gestures online.
Yeah.
But what? Please clarify. Please clarify what you're saying. What you're asking.
What I mean is basically,
yeah.
Because I was just basically imagining a scenario in which the shooter.
Yes.
She's got this dangerous persona. She's got this manifesto.
Okay.
Maybe she'll attract her own kind of fan base.
Oh, you're afraid that men will become lustful for an underage school shooter,
right?
Well, look, I don't think. I mean, and therefore we should let her go.
Exactly.
Well, no. I think I might disagree with that, but I'm open-minded, I guess. Do you think how many times does she get like a dick pic unsolicited before we say just it's a wash?
It's a wash.
Where's she even getting them? In jail?
I mean, maybe.
Right? They caught her. They did catch her, right? Was she dead?
She killed herself.
Okay. Well, I guess it's kind of a moot point. I mean, are you still asking that then? Are we still asking if is your question still relevant?
Maybe.
I would say it's creepy. I would say
it's maybe more complicated because
if you, I mean, I'm not a rat. I'm not gonna go call someone's work and be like, "Hey, your employee makes lustful gestures at a dead underage school shooter girl." But I mean, if I was being interviewed in the news and they brought that up, I go, "Well, no, that's not cool. That guy shouldn't be. That guy should be shamed. Shame on him."
Yeah.
But I'm not a rat. Mm-hmm. The fine line. I mean, if the girl was alive, maybe I'd rat.
That's respectable.
But even in that case, she'd be in prison. I don't know.
That's true.
Maybe I should. Well, I guess we're talking about ratting on a pedophile. Oh wow, that's a moral dilemma,
right?
Yeah. Do you rat on I'll say yes. I'll rat on the pedophiles. What is all this? What am I looking at here?
Oh. Police in Wisconsin identify 15-year-old female student as school shooter. In Madison, Wisconsin, authorities are trying to understand why a teenage student opened fire at their Christian school, killing a teacher and a fellow student.
I mean, look, I don't know if we really need to keep trying to figure out why.
Right.
The why is not helping. We've been asking why for 30 years. I don't know if that's maybe just like how and with what. And
it seems like broadly there are a few whys that people go to.
Do we even know for sure? We speculate. Do we even know? Is it a video? I think it's a video game Doom. I know it's supposedly that idea has been debunked years ago, but I still think the game Doom. The id Software. No, I love it.
If you tell kids to rip and tear until they're done,
right?
How are they supposed to know when they're done?
That's a good point. That's a great point, and that's the only thing you need to know. No, but seriously, it's like what is it that kids are crazy? Antidepressants, theoretically.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I feel like
Vaccine,
it's usually
vaccines?
depression, some kind of political indoctrination.
Was that ever a thing?
They just started liking the idea of shooting things too much.
Right. I just think it's out there. Once something's out there, you can't stop it. It's just a thing now.
Right.
It's a thing people do. And once something becomes a thing people do, then you can do it. And so we should. I've said for years we should stop reporting when this happens. Mm. Now, am I, as a somewhat public persona, modestly, repeating this story, breaking my own rule? Yes, I am a hypocrite. Merry Christmas. But yeah.
But I agree with you. I mean, I think, like, the only problem with that would be then, you just kind of, I don't know, maybe it happens and you're just covering it up. But
well, no, I'm not covering anything up. We're not reporting on it. Now, will there occasionally be parents who were at work, in the mill, in the mine, in the coffee mine, or the diamond mine, or what do we have here? Coal mines, typically, right? That's it. Yeah, you get out of the coal mine. You go, where's my kid? And you gotta ask around. And finally, someone's like, "Oh, school, yeah, don't repeat it, but school shooting." Oh, okay. That's not a great way to find out, but it's a small price to pay. You might disagree.
I think you're right. I think it would be probably better.
Imagine Chris Cooper in October Sky. Remember that movie about the kids with the rockets and his dad's in the coal mine? Mm-hmm. And where's my son? Where's Homer Hickam? and like Jake Gyllenhaal, right? Mm-hmm. And instead of shooting that rocket and meeting the ex-Nazi running around Braun, he's cut down by a school shooter. Mm. But no one tells his dad, and his dad's like, where's my son, Homer Hickam? The rocket boy. Where's the rocket boy?
Maybe you're right. Maybe that is better than just, just learning every single thing about this person after they shot a place up.
It's just, it's never helped us, I don't think.
I remember that, my friends and I just like reading that shooter's plays over and over again. The Virginia Tech shooter. Oh
yeah, play. I didn't even realize they had plays.
I think it was the Virginia Tech shooter who had like a couple of plays.
Were they good?
No.
Oh, okay.
They were.
Well, I mean, that's.
But they were filled with angst. You know.
Sure.
And.
Yeah. No, I mean, and so you got a crush on him or something.
Maybe at some point.
Did he off himself too, or is he alive in the system?
Let's see. I'm not sure.
Oh no! And this is how a marriage ends. I'm reigniting the flame.
Yeah, remember this guy?
He died. Okay, he died. I remember. I didn't remember who he was. I remember there was a thing. Because he was like, I don't really care personally. Someone shot someone. All right, what can we do to stop this? But I'm not gossip. Mm. I'm not mother hen. I'm not like, his parents beat him. It seems like maybe they should have. It's a bad kid.
Yeah. Maybe
he's a bad guy.
Maybe he was trying to kill people all the time.
Yeah. Oh, don't hit him. All right, well, there you go. I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to? It takes a village. I mean, if I try to raise this kid, I'm gonna get yelled at. Do you want me, should I put this play on? This is one thing where we have to go back in time with a time machine. So I got to kill Hitler. I got to put this guy's plays on. What else I got to do? When do I get to use a time machine for my purposes? And for my edification? I got to keep stopping these fucking,
Look, if there is any connection between somebody wanting to kill a bunch of people and their art being rejected,
right?
Then maybe AI doing all the art is a good thing.
That's an interesting, probably wrong, but interesting point.
Nobody feels jealousy. So nobody feels those pangs of like what could have been.
You're referring
nobody picks up a gun,
right?
And kills their friends.
So look up, see if you can find. Can you find that the AI we played a while back? It was like a Gordon Ramsay.
Oh right, yeah.
Pasta night thing. I want to see because let's just see AI of course. Pasta slide feature. Is that it? On this episode, that might be it there. Hold on. Is that it? No, go back. I have a mouse. What am I doing? What is this? Yes, I think this is it. Okay. We get volume here. We got volume.
Okay. One hell of a one, fucking John Dory.
All right, hold on a second. So this is what you think us embracing things of like this is the way to stop tragic school shootings.
I'm just throwing out ideas.
That's your plan. No, let's. So we this will save us from the coming storm.
Six, 2 beef. Okay. One hell of a one, fucking John Dory. That's one. So you need one more. I want them together.
So he's hitting beef with a sledgehammer. He's got a fistful of spalt.
It's fucking redder than your beard.
He's just setting fire to the beef. The whole kitchen's on fire. And the pasta's going everywhere. There is something, look, only AI art does this. Now, I'm not saying this is the valuable thing, but this weird thing where it's just like turns into a pasta turns into an ocean of pasta.
Right.
And there is something about that. Now, I don't, this is by far the greatest thing I've ever seen in AI. And it's really pretty shit.
Right.
Nothing. It's really nothing. But I mean, it is kind of a glimmer in the eye of. I just.
Who's running the station? Who's fucking firing them?
I suspect that whoever did the AI, like there is creative prompting going on, and then cutting them together. And it's still not like this is not the Mona Lisa.
Like, yeah, but yeah,
This is not
like
the this is not the Pieta by Michelangelo.
Something like this that embraces how grotesque it all is.
Can be useful, but you still, I mean, you can't just be like a bro and click this and but you can be used as a tool, sure. So you think that that's going to stop? Like that will eventually lead to the end of school shootings? I'm for it.
Yeah. I
embrace it. I think to keep this NVIDIA rally going. You think NVIDIA should come out and say that? NVIDIA should clip this. You talking about this? Going, I think AI art. So keep getting those teraflops of data. The power. A lot of places apparently. There was articles I was reading. I don't have them here, but apparently like local municipalities are rejecting these like farms for making AI stuff. I don't know.
Oh, really?
AI learning modules. I mean, all these things, these storage, this freaking. I mean, like the NSA, like what was it, 15 years ago, built some massive thing in Utah that uses just has like teraflops of teraflops over teraflops of data. I mean, all this stuff. Where is it going? Where are they putting these rigs with 100,000 NVIDIA chips? In a storage unit, in my house, at the gym. Maybe when I'm doing crunches at the gym, there's a fucking NVIDIA chip in my ass, poking up against it. Making Bitcoin.
They're gonna make they're gonna make our skin into slots.
I wish I'd have a slot in my skin.
Chips.
A slut? You make my skin to a slut? Just bang my skin. Do it. Get it dirty. Filthy. I want some filthy skin action. Speaking of filthy, speaking of news, what's going on? So the Ukraine is a place. The Ukraine's a place in your heart. It's an idea. Is Ukraine a Christmas place?
I bet Ukraine and Christmas could be nice,
Yeah. You think the Azov battalion does nice, like, sleigh, reindeer thing?
I mean, have you ever seen that TikTok of the soldier dancing?
No.
They seem like they have their fun.
Over the corpse? Or that different one?
This was from years ago. People got really pissed off about it.
Oh, okay.
It was some female, female Ukrainian soldier.
Yeah, she was dancing over a dead child.
Doing a cake dance.
I'm just asking, what's going on?
I don't think there was any.
Was it a Christmas dance?
There was no dead child.
Was it a Christmas dance?
It wasn't a Christmas dance.
So what are we saying here? Is it a Christmas place or not?
I think it's a Christmas place.
I'm not asking if some Ukrainian soldier is also a stripper. I'm asking if it's a Christmas place.
I think that's a sign that it might be a Christmas place.
All right. So number one criteria for Christmas place, the soldiers
Let's
dance.
See.
Jingle bells, jingle bells. How's it go? Soldier, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. That slutty soldier dances slow. Watch her strip down to her equip. Body armor, what a hoe. I don't know. It's improv. It's just improv. What are we looking at? What do you got here? You finding stuff?
I'm just looking. This all looks very Christmassy to me.
Wait, so this is Ukraine?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Look, this is the kind of evidence I was looking for. Not the yeah, I agree here. I think you're right. I think I suspected they might do a nice Christmas village. Well, regardless, they've murdered or killed a Russian general. So that's what they're doing now, not Christmas. It's relevant because a country that
Well, so look, sometimes you gotta trade a little blood for a little Christmas, you know.
that again, you've got a lot of questionable quotes today, but that's fine. But regardless, I am not saying that they were wrong. This guy wasn't.
Wasn't it Thomas Jefferson who said that the blood of the Christmas tree has to be watered with the blood of war?
He also said it can't be raped because I own you.
Right.
So I don't. But yeah, he probably said the thing about the tree also. He also wrote a declaration. I get it. He was multifaceted. He said a lot of things. Some of them were good. The tree of liberty from time to time must be fertilized with the blood of tyrants. Is what I think.
And he didn't say it.
I don't think he said it though.
And he didn't say that.
I mean, look it up. Actually, I think it's a famous misquote.
Well, regardless of who said it,
what if it was Hitler?
They didn't say that the tree of liberty wasn't a Christmas tree.
But what if it was Hitler who said it? Wouldn't that change it? I feel like that might change. I don't know. Well, a broken clock's right twice a Reich. Twice a Reich. So what's happened here? Ukraine says it killed senior Russian general in Moscow scooter bombing. So what has happened? Is this guy riding a scooter that they bombed? Or, well, I guess we'll read the article. Ukraine carrier woman was audacious. Oh, we didn't sign. God damn. Never know now. It doesn't say how by blowing up a scooter on the snowy streets of, was he riding the scooter? Whatever. That's fine. We don't need all the details. Just like the school shooter, we don't need all the details.
Wow, I didn't know that it was a blowing him up situation.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, Ukraine is slowly becoming, and I don't mean anything weird by this, except that, but they're becoming like the Israel, like the East Coast Israel. As far as like, we just give weapons and they blow things up.
Right.
Now, and cause a lot of, and make a lot of drama. Now, I'm not, again, this is not taking sides. Russia shouldn't invade people. But, maybe, I don't know if it's a smart move to be like, hey, we're going to give ICBMs to Ukraine and they're going to start blowing up scooters in the middle of Moscow. It doesn't seem like we're taking into account that people have nuclear weapons.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it definitely seems like we're making a caged rat out of this guy.
Who, Putin?
Yeah, but yeah,
Fuck
I mean,
it.
if we're gonna do it anyway, I guess let's kill his people.
Let's do it on a scooter. Yeah, I guess. So, play a little Russian roulette. Is that the game?
Yeah.
It's a little Russian roulette. I like it. All right. Well, this reminds me. We don't have it on here. Speaking of nuclear, please look up the drones.
Right.
Because there's a lot of speculation about these drones that people have been seeing. They started seeing even in Jersey, I guess. And then other places around the country. What do we got here? This is app. That sounds reliable. What officials have said that I can't read this. What does it say?
Here's what officials have said that confirms it is drones over New Jersey, not planes.
But that's where we're at with this? No, we know they're drones. Even this is a better. What else? Is there a better one?
What we know about the mysterious drone sightings.
Okay.
Mysterious flying objects overhead. And calls for military intervention. This isn't the plot of War of the Worlds.
No one thought it was.
No. But rather the result of numerous possible drone sightings in recent weeks. The flying objects have been spotted over residential neighborhoods, restricted sites, and critical infrastructure. The sightings have put intense pressure on federal agencies to provide more information about the aircraft, as officials have urged calm and emphasized there is no evidence suggesting the sightings pose a security threat.
So no one's talking about this? Are they really not talking about? I'm not saying it's true. A lot of people online, on social, people claiming to be part of the government, I don't know. We're all sharing the idea that these drones are searching for some kind of nuclear material. People say nuclear weapons at first. I read at one point that it was like, apparently a shipment including like, used medical imaging hardware went missing, which you would think wouldn't be a particular big problem. I mean, if that's what they only need to make a dirty bomb, I feel like people would just go attack, the radiology place next to the Greek restaurant. But I'm not trying to give them ideas. But yeah, the idea is that basically some nuclear materials got missing, supposedly in theory, and these little drones, they're trying to find them. And I guess look, you could see that as a comforting thing. You could see that as a big Christmas feeling.
At least we have the technology.
Maybe. We don't know if we found them yet.
Right.
It might not work. But the fact that we're trying may mean something.
I mean, if we do survive and if the threat is neutralized, we might get a Pixar movie out of this. Like,
Right.
I would hope. A cute little movie about drones, saving the day.
Yeah, we'll never know. They'll just make a Pixar movie about, some Supreme Court justice doing a cha-cha slide, or some horse shit. Because they'll never tell us. They'll say we found it like a year later. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we found that. They still haven't found the weapons in Iraq. Yeah. But whatever.
Oh, so let's say if it does go down.
Yeah.
If the bad thing does go down.
Sure.
Last 24 hours. Any big things you want to do before the city goes up in flames?
I want to try my own piss. Because it's probably gonna be gross. But
you want to try your own piss? It's
probably gonna be gross. But what's the difference at that point? Maybe whatever. It's supposed to be good for you. I want to maybe see the Statue of Liberty up close.
Statue of Liberty.
Well, we've never gone.
You've been in New York for years.
You expect me to hang out?
The Statue of Liberty?
I've seen it. I mean, but like go to it.
You grew up in Long Island. You never had a class field trip?
No, I'm not a tourist, Lucy. All right, I'm sorry. I didn't hang out at the M&M store all day like you as a kid. All right, just doing like snaps outside the M&M store in Times Square. Hey boy, like some juvenile gang. No, we didn't hang out. We also. I've never been to Bubblegum Shrimp either. Okay, you're done mocking me.
So you want to go to the Statue of Liberty?
I feel like it'd be a nice way to die. Imagine being blown up while you're in the crown of the Statue of Liberty.
That would be kind of cool.
It's very patriotic.
Yeah,
they'd write about me. I would live stream from there. Mm. If I thought we were in an impending attack, I would count on the fact that the Navy SEALs or whoever would catch them. Get Eddie. Why we got Eddie? Why did we acquit Eddie Gallagher if he's not going to stop this? I'm all for letting this Navy SEAL. Remember, he's a Navy SEAL who stabbed the guy. He was a prisoner.
Right.
And he got acquitted. Fine. Play rough. But then put him on the job. If we're gonna have, rough cops like Vic Mackey, then let them clean up the streets at least. What is this whole I'm gonna be the guy who shot Bin Laden and then go write a book? No, keep shooting bad people.
Right.
You read a book when you're 60. Enough. Hook taw. Do what you were talking about. Do what got you there.
Right.
No one wants to do what got them there. Everyone wants to start a podcast.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I was a little bit surprised when Hook taw didn't just immediately pivot to porn.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to talk about, geothermic energy. Does she do that? I've never heard her pod. I mean, apparently, did we talk about her crypto controversy?
Oh, her coin, yeah.
So she had Bitcoin. I don't know if it's a shit coin or not. I just love the name shitcoin. But it's a coin. And she, it's kind of old. Is it old news at this point? But she, what is it? What did she do? It refresh my memory with this. We're a little late on it.
Hock Toa Miem coin scandal deepens as finger pointing ensues.
Finger deepens in their ass. You know what I mean? Or her finger deepens in your ass. The company claiming to have launched the Hawk Toa meme named after. Wait. What?
The company.
Oh, meme coin. Okay, sorry. I just saw a meme. Like the company who launched the meme. The meme coin has thrown her under the bus and blamed her team for the token's demise. I trust them because they're a meme coin maker. Hawk was Hawk. Oh, Hook. I thought Hawk. Is it Hawk Taw? I always thought it was Hook Taw. Whatever. Was launched on Solana at the beginning. So it's on the back of another thing. I don't understand crypto, and I don't think anyone does. I mean, it's they know it. Hey, this number goes to that number, and then we fuck you. Right? At the beginning of December, and much fanfare, but tumbled by more than 90% mirrors later. We have to go. Everyone knows the story at this point, pretty much. But basically, there's people who were holding it, who were supposedly close to the game, close to the girl, close to her, whatever. People were trying to scam. And now it's sad because she was very, very well loved. And now she's, suspect. I'm not sure if it's going to kill her career or not. I don't think anyone is yet. She might start doing porn.
I mean, people can't possibly think that, that she was, on her own is savvy enough to have screwed them over.
No, wait, hold on. If you're a stripper and your scummy boyfriend says, hey, we're going to do a thing where you go and suck these guys' dicks and I fucking knock them over the head with a rock, and we robbed them. Well, look, she's not savvy. She's just sucking dick in that case.
Yeah.
But she's still culpable in the scam.
Look, she's culpable for sure.
But she's part of it. There'd be no rock in the head if it's no dome on the dick. You know?
I would say, I would just love to get to a point where people would just dismiss this out of hand.
This must what? The coin?
Right.
Well, they didn't.
But I guess,
Are you asking me if
all of cryptocurrency.
Are you asking me if I feel bad for the people who lost money on the Hook Tour coin? Not particularly, no.
Right, that's what I mean.
But also, I'm not dwelling on that. I'm not saying this fucking guy who, imagine thinking you're going to get rich with, oh man, it is sad. People who have nothing and they put it all, honestly, there's got to be at least a few people who have nothing who said, but look, this girl, no one would have thought she would have started a podcast after the blowjob. I mean, it's taken off. She's on, what's his name? Bill Maher's show. Everyone loves her. I'm going to finally get in early on something. And this is the time he put in, he had 10 grand saved up from, he's got a 60-year-old man. It's that much of a retirement fund. I'm not trying to mock him. I'm saying, but he did what he could. And he put it, and he took that 10 grand they had, and he bought a bunch of fucking Hawk coin.
This truly is our era's death of a salesman. You know?
You understand, boys? I bought Hawk early. Very early. And they fucked me. Because I trusted that girl, that sweet girl. What's her name? Haley? Haley Welch? Whatever?
Haley Welch.
I trusted Haley Welch. Who's Haley Welch? The Hawk Taw girl. Skipper. What are their names in that book? The Sons? It was like Skipper.
It was like
Biff.
Biff.
Yeah, Biff, right.
I think.
Biff and Scooter. Anyway. So there's that. I'm not sure what it's fine. Why'd that come up? Was there another story we were talking about? Do we have to go back to?
Oh yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, the drones.
The drones.
Somehow we got off.
So the drones, right? So I'd love to die. Right, I'd love to die in the Statue of Liberty. What would you like to do?
I mean, I'd like to maybe. What would I like to do?
You'd probably like to see some dumb Broadway play.
That's not true.
Could I interest you in a Broadway play? If the drones don't catch the nuclear fissible material and a dirty bomb gets created, and we find out and we have a day to live, would you like to go see a Supreme Court justice act in a Broadway play that we see advertised on Jeopardy?
God, no, that sounds terrible.
Well, I already bought tickets. So what is this? This is Ketanji Brown Jackson. Now this is crazy. Ketanji Brown Jackson.
First black woman on the Supreme Court, I think.
That shouldn't matter.
I
People are
true.
people. It's just as long law is law. But no, it's good. It's very impressive, and that she's the first black woman. And to commemorate that or whatever, she's going to be in a play.
She's going to be in a Broadway musical.
Called Juliet of Cigars?
It's called ... and Juliet.
And Juliet. Okay, it makes no sense.
Yeah,
but it's a Romeo and Juliet with a race swap, right? And she's not the race swap. Ketanji Brown, I don't think is the race swap. Mm-hmm. I think the Juliet girl is like Puerto Rican or something. But isn't this West Side Story? Like, I don't understand. It's like even the race swaps have been done 50 years ago.
Well, I think it's even more than a race swap because I think like basically it's some alternate telling where Juliet doesn't die at the end of Romeo and Juliet.
So it's not important because I know she was kind of Latina girl, but that's not important. Mm-hmm. So hey, I'm Latina, but don't get it twisted. That's not why we're here.
Right.
I'm also I can drink poison. The fact that she's Latina means she can drink poison while white people die from it. Is it kind of like the spicy food thing? Like white people only eat mayonnaise, so when they get poisoned, they die. But I got spicy foods in my gut, right? I got seasoned Sazon seasoning in my gut, and Landry's seasoned salt. So I'm gonna live forever. Poison can't kill me. Is that part of it?
That might be it, yeah.
I think at least people are sticking to their guns and following these things through at least. It's not as tepid as it used to be. They're actually saying you're going to die because you eat mayonnaise. And that's not true per se, but it's fair. Let's see, what's going on here?
Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson traded her judge's robes for a Broadway costume Saturday night. She fulfilled a childhood dream with a one-time only performance in the hit musical comedy and Juliet. In her memoir, Lovely One...
I mean, that right off the bat.
Right.
I just don't want a Supreme Court justice to really be, like, nurturing childhood dreams. Does that make me sound cold? Isn't the dream to be on the Supreme Court? The
only dream a justice, a child who becomes a Supreme Court justice should ever have had was for people of all races and creeds and quality to stop hitting them for being nerds or being too smart, you know?
Right.
Oh, hey, you Poindexter scumbag, and they throw a rock at their face. Hey, how's this brief? And they take their underwear and they cut it off and they shove it in their mouth or whatever. I mean, this sounds bad because it's a woman, but I'm usually it's men.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm not picturing, I'm not trying, whatever. The point is... these people should be eggheads. They should be... I don't like the idea that the Supreme Court Justice has seen a movie. We'll be going to a play, right? I mean, they should just be like... And I know it's not true because, there's a lot of corruption that's come out recently. Mm-hmm. But I really feel more comfortable with them not really... Like, you should show them, like... what's the movie people think is like smart or like not just like not Armageddon, right? Like, but you should show them like, Oppenheimer, and like, all right, like I have to go, read a brief, I have to go do a tort,
right,
or something, I have to go write an opinion.
They should be falling asleep halfway through. Every movie.
They should go. Well, I don't understand. I have the conception of freedom of an entire nation in my hands, right?
Yeah.
I can decide what race. Well, I guess not which race, but if races have rights, if cops can kill babies, if vaccines are real, if women can have abortions, if you can tell a woman, and I don't mean just one who's like, you're holding at gunpoint, but if you can say women don't get abortions anymore, doesn't that make like, Fast and the Furious a little less potent? Doesn't that make the Lion King musical a little less like engaging when like no I have like power?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like what's this all for if you still want to be a dumb actor? It's baffling. You know what I mean?
Honestly, like I do kind of think that like Supreme Court justices maybe should just live in a box.
Right.
Maybe should have basically like a Johnny got his gun kind of situation going on.
You want them to have wait.
Except they need to be able to hear, obviously.
So all right, so Johnny got his gun.
But I just want them to be pure, you know.
So Johnny got his gun to be just to clarify. He lost his arms, his legs, and therefore his feet and hands. Go along with that.
His eyes.
His eyes. He's blinded. His ears. He couldn't hear. Couldn't talk. He lost his mouth. Couldn't communicate. Just a guy, a torso and a head that couldn't communicate. Eventually, he Morse codes. They realize he's banging his head. And they Morse code, and they finally figure out what he's saying. It's "kill me."
Yeah.
This is a World War I, thing. So you think that, except for they should be able to hear, but otherwise that should be Supreme Court justices. Basically, we keep them in like a precog tank for Minority Report. I'm not against this at all. I think a more reasonable thing, because it's going to be a hard thing to sell. I do think we could say, if you want to be on the Supreme Court, we got to blind you. They go, you mean blindfold? No. We're going to blind your ass.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair compromise.
I mean, Lady Justice, right? Isn't she blind with scales?
Yeah. I mean, I think she gets to wear the blindfold. I don't think she had to have her eyes gouged out or anything. But
Right.
But who knows? Maybe she does have chemical burns under there or something.
You think she should get them?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. What do you mean chemical burns?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I mean.
Oh, you want to gouge?
Well, I'm thinking there's a couple of different ways to blind someone. That's all.
What's your favorite one?
What's your favorite? I think the aesthetics of gouged is good.
So you're not mean. You're not doing it because you want to. You don't want to hurt them, but you do think it looks a little better. It's like I know it's more. It's like someone doing like a mortar and tenon joint or something on a piece on a table. Like I know it's a lot more work, but the end result is a much nicer joint. You don't really see the screw. I like it. It's worth it. It's more expensive. It's worth it.
Also, just imagine the gravitas.
Yeah.
I love gravitas. And imagine
You love gravitas. We all love gravitas.
Yeah. And imagine just walking in there as a constitutional lawyer.
Yeah.
And walking in there to plead your case about
Into the Supreme Court.
One thing or another to the Supreme Court.
Right.
And just seeing a bunch of, people with hollow eye sockets staring back at you.
No, it's crazy. Oh, so we did not wearing blindfolds.
No.
Wow. So we're skipping Lady Justice. Because the whole idea, Lady Justice has the scales, but she's blind.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, and I thought this was why we were doing this, but you're like, fuck that. That's old school shit. This is the N Juliet version. We're gonna have them just have their big old eye sockets, just like that. I think kind of like in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, you kind of see that.
Right.
Right? He's the blind guy. I'm talking, Mr. Loxley. That's what you want. You want that.
But they look good. Other than that, they look good. They look regal.
Sure.
Yeah. Maybe they start wearing wigs.
Is there sawdust on the floor just because how much like the seeping that happens and the weeping from the wounds? I mean, like when they bring is there like a chamber where they do the BIing, not beheading? How do you call it? The gouging, or do they just like it's your first day? Someone comes over and just with a screwdriver and carry on.
Well, I think it's important to be done with consent.
Sure. I mean, if you want to be on the court, you got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you can not be on the court. Do you consent to being a blind justice? Yeah. That's actually not bad. I mean, and honestly, people will not be as willing. Look, sight really makes a lot of things nicer. And if you can't really enjoy the view at the house that some weird booster buys you, or when these fishing trips to San Jose, Puerto Rico, or whatever, where you catch sharks, that happen. Things like that happen, right? Tropical excursions. They lose their shine a bit when you're blind. And everyone's going to shit on me and go, blind people can be happy. I'm sure they can, but they'd rather see, most of them. And so maybe this makes, bribery less effective. What are you going to give me? More Braille? That's That's what I would like to imagine. I got enough audio books. Fine, I make a nice living. You know. I mean, how much? You get an expensive stereo system. It's still not that big. I mean, what's the best thing you give a blind person? And don't say blowjob.
Maybe like a really good kind of like audio track for Star Wars.
What? Wait, what? What? An audio track for Star Wars?
The Empire Strikes Back. You know, like that kind of describes all the visual. Because sometimes blind people use these. They're assisted listening kind of, where they'll describe the visuals to you.
Okay.
So you can actually kind of imagine the Death Star in your mind, even if you're blind.
So you think the best thing I can bribe a blind person with is, okay, I'm not just a guy who's lobbying for an oil company, or, you know, let's try and get a hearing or whatever. Some conservative, the Federalist Society. I'm also involved in audio companion tracks for the blind, and I'm gonna not just make you one for an obscure movie. I'm gonna do a better job making an audio track for the blind than Disney would make for Star Wars. For Empire Strikes Back. 'Cause I know you like that movie. And I'm like, yeah, it's all right. And I'm going to make it phenomenal. It's going to be really good. We're going to really describe details that other ones don't. Well, they're usually pretty good. No, trust me. We're going to tell you about everything we see. And that's what. Not like. I like it. I mean, honestly, that would be a hell of a Senate hearing. And then how does. All right.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Should we watch some more of this just because?
I guess no, maybe she's really good at this.
Yeah. Maybe she's great.
Jackson discussed her love of theater and her dream to be the first Supreme Court justice on Broadway. We spoke exclusively with the justice at the Civilian Hotel in New York just before the very first rehearsal for her Broadway debut.
What do you expect the rehearsals will be like?
I think they'll be really fun. I imagine, I'm thinking in my head of something like Fame. Do you remember that show?
Yes,
Fame?
of course.
Where they were behind the scenes, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson may laugh.
Look, I mean, you can talk however you want, but I mean, I think the whole thing. Look, if there's going to be a secret panel of people who control what rights are or not, they really should at least talk slower.
Yeah.
Hello, we're the weird entombed council. We're not. Ideally, we'd be blind, but we're not. Talk like don't be so bubbly. I'm sorry if I'm mansplaining how you talk. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, if you're going to secretly get together, I'm not saying she's the one taking rights. I don't know how she votes. I don't pay attention. But just how about we don't worry so much about who's on Broadway? You shouldn't even know Broadway exists. You should be reading something at candlelight.
But when it's go time,
When you walk on stage, you're instantly recognizable.
she brings the same determination.
Why is she gonna be like a dragon costume?
Right.
Why would she be easily recognizable?
Grit.
Because everyone else in this play is white.
And 2.
And
This is
confidence.
not.
So this isn't like a cameo even. She has like a full part on a Broadway play.
I know, like they don't do it the whole year round, but this just doesn't feel right. I thought they were reading up on laws.
Right.
I didn't think they were doing this. Then you're gonna tell me, well, Scalia and his guy were doing the sword fight. I brought that up in a different. Don't at me. This is crazier. You can't go, well, you guys did something that was corrupt. This is just insane.
Guilty roads to an endless love.
And she's terrible.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know Broadway, but that's not good, is it?
She shouldn't be.
No, right, but I'm not, that's not secretly good, right?
No.
Okay.
That in part earned her the prestigious title of Supreme Court Justice.
Wait.
It's like a Make-A-Wish for
Yeah.
Supreme Court justices.
You do.
I do.
I wish I was the Supreme Court justice so I could be like, I want to be on the bank bus. I just want to be the first. Thank you for letting me achieve my dream of being the first Supreme Court justice on the bank bus.
I love that.
And Juliet, first rehearsal.
From Table Reads.
I think what I like about it is I'm having a very strong negative reaction to it.
I mean, look, it's probably enviable because she's got to be like at least 50, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of women would like to come off as much like a teenager as she's coming off right now. I get that it's like, you know, like she doesn't seem stuffy. And in a lot of cases, that could be a nice thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't want that from the Supreme Court. And I don't even care. I don't respect these people.
Right.
It just feels like we all know it's all fake. This idea that these 9 people are going to decide the law and they're going to interpret it, but it kind of works. And if we look too hard, it'll all break.
Yeah.
Right? And it's already starting. But I mean, we can't just have this.
At the very least, like, you gotta act like you're a little bit tortured by your responsibilities in
Of
public.
course. And like corruption's always been the case.
Yeah.
There's always been corruption. But I mean, but what are you going to be on?
I mean, look, she's probably in some ways the least corrupt just by virtue of not having been on there for too long.
Maybe.
But
Yeah,
you know, people
sure.
haven't really started to, you know,
Sure. Yeah.
maybe hook into her yet.
I don't know if that matters. Yeah, probably. And also, like, the Democrats don't really have power right now. Like, they're
Right.
outnumbered, so maybe they're not. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, again, I'm not writing a book on who's corrupt or not. This is just weird as shit, and it doesn't feel good. It's like you know, it's just knowing Hunter Biden smoking crack at the White House. Like, is it the worst thing? Did they invade Iraq like Bush? No, but
Honestly,
I don't like this.
I think I prefer watching Hunter Biden smoke crack.
To many things.
Yeah.
To many things in my life. So there's that. So look, I mean, I wish her the best, I guess. Maybe it would be very funny if she retired to go on Broadway and then Trump, I got another got to replace her. Oh, man. Can you imagine? I mean, because people are already mad at Ginsburg because she should have stepped down and she didn't famously, you know, whatever. And then they blame her for Roe. I'm not getting into it, but it's just the idea that people get very angry about these things. Imagine if she stepped down to join Broadway. Anyway, fun times. This has been fun. Thank you all so much. We're glad to have you in our lives. And we didn't mention it before, but don't forget, we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/RayCump. You get an extra episode every week if you sign up. Details are in the links in the description. So that's there. And if you don't want to do that, you can always just like and subscribe, and that's very helpful. And it's the least, it's nothing to you. Just do it. Come on. Just subscribe. You know, what are we shoving content on you? You like us. Anyway, thanks so much. What's the deal? Are we back before the holiday? Is this the last one? No, we should be back, right?
I think we're back before that.
17th.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make sure, I think, right?
Yeah.
Well, look, if you happen to just do the holidays are going, so enjoy it, drink eggnog, you know, go to the Statue of Liberty if that's something you like. maybe join a Broadway play. You know?
Anything
if it's your dream. You can do whatever you want. It's all fake. Have a great night.